Hey, welcome back to our channel. We are
PJ,
and Alice.
as we posted on our reels for you to see if you saw it, we are now just PJ and Ellis. We are no longer going to be going by Turtle and Bunny. We just wanted to keep it simple.
Yeah, so I think there's no big reasons, just we not related too much with Turtle and Bunny, and we decided to change it. So
Today we are going to talk to you about 5 tips to get connected in church.
if you're new or you're being for a middle time, and
If you've been there a while, yeah.
it will help you. And we hope that this tips is gonna help you. So let's get started.
We actually recently switched churches. The season in our life just kind of changed. And so we came up with these 5 tips that kind of worked for us. And so we are sharing them with you because we hope they help you.
Yeah, and honestly, that you will see that if you apply this 5 tips, it will help you. So number 1, we have be active on activities and events. Most of the church, I can say most of the church, they have a lot of activities, they have a lot of events, and they need us, honestly. And if you're active on this, sometimes many people, they say they can't connect because people are too busy. People are running all over, and you cannot connect with them. Sometimes on service days, don't expect to connect with people, and honestly, that's where we experience. But in the activities, events, of course, you will connect with people.
Yeah, so that could be anything, like if your church has a class on the book of Acts, or if there's a movie night. Or even my church recently, we had a paint night where they had someone from a local art school come in and we painted. Just whatever's going on, just be there.
Yeah.
Show up.
And honestly, sometimes when they have small groups, it's very nice because you connect with those people when the groups are very small, and of course you can meet each other.
Yeah. And basically it's just about being there outside of Sunday. I don't think you can get to know your church well just on Sundays.
Right.
So anyway, that brings me to point number 2, which is to talk to people and just genuinely take an interest in them. Something I have learned along the way, and we are both very shy people, to be honest. Sometimes one of us is a little more talkative than the other, but overall, we are both fairly shy people if you met us in person. And so this can be a little hard. But when people approach you, when you approach people, they usually like to talk about themselves. So how that would manifest in your day-to-day interactions with people at church is to ask them questions. Make it your goal to talk about them more than you talk about yourself.
Exactly.
Try it. If they ask questions about you, then answer them, of course, but try to be the one asking the questions about them. And if you see them again, bring up whatever they told you and kind of continue that connection, like, hey, how is your quilting project going that you told me about last time? Stuff like that.
Yep, exactly, and I think that helps a lot. Okay. So tip number 3, we have this point is very important. Introduce yourself to pastor or to the leadership. In this way, they can help you introduce to another ministries, areas of the church, and as they know, when you're in church and you introduce yourself with them, say, okay, and some Sundays, of course, they have to meet a lot of people too, but when you're like we said, you're active on activities, and you're like talking with people, or they will like remember you, like, oh, I know this guy, I know this couple, and it's how you're gonna grow up in this relationship. But yeah, it's very important to introduce yourself to them, and honestly, they will help you a lot. So I think the first time we went to the church, in our church that we are now, we introduced ourselves to the pastor, and he was very, very nice to us. And now they know us very well, and sometimes in activities we don't see him because a lot of things to do, but sometimes he knows we are there. But yeah.
So it's a good idea just to get them to know your face, know your name, if you can. I know they have a lot of names to know, but do your best to at least know your face. And like, even though our church has like an information desk where we can go and get information about the church from people who are volunteering, it's still a good idea to know your pastor, because if there's an issue, it's a good person to talk to. Also, they know most of the people, so say you need a new car, well, they can say, hey, I know John is selling his car, here, I'll get you connected with him, because they just know everybody. They're like the core of the church.
Yep, right.
And so that brings me to point number 4, which is to volunteer and ask where you can help. So sometimes there's an event you can sign up to volunteer, so definitely do that. Some there might be more your style than others. So for example, I'm not big on building things, so I probably wouldn't sign up to build things. Yesterday we actually volunteered for like a kid's backpack drive carnival type thing, and we were scooping and serving ice cream, and that worked. We were under a nice kind of easy up tent, so we did it.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. We met some people. So just find what you feel you can do and sign up to do it. And even if it's not anything super formal, like say there's an event like ice cream social night or something like that, and they have all the tables and chairs set up, well, stay after and a little bit just to help put some chairs away.
Yes.
Ask where you can help.
Exactly. One of the things I remember, this words from a pastor before, that they said sometimes, oh, we have money or we have time, both of us, and sometimes we have a lot of money, but we have time, and we can help on that. And honestly, that's a thing, like when you can see the smiles on those faces, when you can see laughs on those faces, you can rejoice. I'm one of those person, like I love serving, and when I see those smiles and sometimes little faces with kids, an example, and I rejoice in my heart, and I'm very glad to see this. Sometimes you'll get tired, like overwhelmed on the day, but you have that joy in your heart, and honestly, that help you to build your relationship. Number 5 is, this is very, very important, guys. If you're, like we said, if you're new or just you're being for several time in church, at this point it will help you a lot. So pray for church, for people, and ask for prayer for others too. The prayer is the big weapon that we have, and if you don't have that, we have no problem. But honestly, we have to pray about it, and whatever we do, and we have to do it.
Yeah, just ask someone, how can I pray for you? If they're going through something hard, you can't fix it. It's like, say someone has cancer or something, say, I'm sorry, and you can't fix it for them, but you can say, how can I pray for you? And that's huge.
Honestly, sometimes they have small groups, And when you know each other, sometimes you say, oh, I'm on this like season of my life with problems on this one, and that's the opportunity to pray. Say, don't worry, we want to pray about it, and you make them feel relief. I think, as when you're new, they will do it for you, but as you're building your relationship and church, and you're gonna do it for them. But honestly, that helps on this.
Yeah. So that said, those are our 5 tips. They have been working for us in the couple of months we've been at our new church. And so we hope they will help you, whether you're new to your church or you've been there a while and feel like you need to adjust some things. And so that's that. Thank you for watching, and we will have more stuff about church and being a Christian, as well as some of our cultural topics and just some fun things coming up soon.
Yeah, and if you have like other tips like that help you and your process and your church and your life, just let us know in the comments below, and we will glad to read it. And just let us know. And yeah.
Okay.
So.
And also, me and Ellis each have our own separate channels. Mine is kind of the same vibe about Christianity, but more like being a woman and just woman things and life stuff. And his is kind of some Christian stuff, but also he teaches guitar in Spanish. So if you know anyone that's into that, we will have our links to those channels below. And please give a like and subscribe. And that will do it for today. We'll see you next time.
And
Los queremos and see you soon.